Hi guys, this is lesson 4.6. Our learning target is I can interpret the remainder. And remember that word interpret simply means to understand. So I can understand or I can explain the remainder. Your learning target is I can interpret the remainder. And remember that word interpret simply means to understand or explain the remainder. Your learning target today is I can interpret the remainder. And interpret means explain, understand, decide what you're going to do with. So there are three different things you can do. You can write a remainder as a fraction, you can round it up, or you can completely ignore it. So question 1 is a roller coaster holds 30 people. There are 252 people waiting for a ride. How many times will the roller coaster need to run so all 252 people to get a ride? So right away, I know that 252 divided by 30. So 252 divided by 30. I know 30 can't go into 2. 30 can't go into 25. So how many times can 30 go into 252? Well, if I count by 30s, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270. I counted by 30s, and I can look that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times would be 240. So when I subtract, 2 minus 0 is 2, 5 minus 4 is 1. So it would be 8 remainder 12. The paragraph told us that all the people need to go. So it would be 8 full rides with 30 people. And this 12 represents the 12 people that would have to be on a ride by themselves. So I would actually have to make this one additional ride that the ride had to go on. So instead of 8, it would have to be 9 full rides to get everybody a turn. Let's do another one. It costs $3, to rent a video. Bonita has $14. How many videos can she rent? Well, because both of these have no change or no sense, I can just do 14 divided by 3. 3 can't go into 1, but 3 can go into 14 4 times, which is 12. She would have 2 left over. What that tells me is that she can rent 4 videos, Guys, the trees are falling. She can rent 4 videos. What this 2 represents down here at the bottom is the money that she would have left over. And because it costs $3 to rent, we can't try to cut a deal with the movie rental place. So she would rent 4 videos and she would have $2 and change, which we would just ignore. Next one. The PlayStation games are on sale for $9, including the tax, so you don't have to try to figure that out. How many can you buy for $30? This is one of your homework questions, so I want you to do your division problem and then decide what does the remainder represent, and then what are you going to do with it? Are you going to round it up? Are you going to leave it as a fraction or a decimal? Are you just going to ignore it? Tim has 130 pictures. He wants to place them on a photo album. 8 pictures fit per page. How many pages will he need to fit all of his pictures? So we know that my remainder, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm either going to report it as a fraction or decimal, or I'm going to round my answer up. So I'm going to take that 130 pictures, divide it by 8 per page. 8 does not fit into 1. 8 fits into 13 one time, which is 5. I bring down my 0. 8 can go into 50. 6 times, which is 48, and I have 2 left over. So what this tells me is that I would have 16 pages of 8, and I would have 1 page that had 2 photos left. So in total, I would have 17 pages of photos. Because all of the photos need to be included, that remainder represents the 2 pictures on the final page. So 3 options with the remainder. Write it as a fraction, round up your answer, or ignore it if it's just not applicable. Okay? One more homework question. Answer both homework questions. Make sure you answer what does that remainder represent, and bring these to class for tomorrow. Have a good night.